All right, the Detroit Lions get a double dose of good news after the thrilling victory against the Texans. First, good news. Sam Laporta goes out of that game with an injured shoulder. He didn't return to the game, so you never know what that's going to be. Dan Campbell gave an update this morning that he is going to be fine in its day-to-day. He's questionable for this week and kind of moving forward, but it's not a long, nagging injury or a major injury. It's just something we're going to see how he responds. Maybe he misses a week, but that's great news. Sam Laporta is going to be just fine. Second thing, before I get to the second thing, let me know your favorite part of that thrilling Texans victory, either during the game, after the game, some of the stuff that's come out, on social media. I think, Jake Bates, just seeing him and everything that he has to say, and just be like watching this like kid. I mean, he was just a fan basically of the team, and now he's like getting hoisted up on their shoulders, hitting huge field goals. I think the biggest thing I loved was how each field goal went. I mean, you couldn't do that again in a million years. Just right on the right side, right on the left side of the uprights. That was awesome. The second really, so let me know in the comments your favorite part of the game or after the game. The second thing is the Detroit Lions defense has now for 2 years stopped the run. They stopped the run. And so what this showed me was, of course, we know about Jared Goff's 5 interceptions. And so there's a lot of stats, a lot of things that we really focus on. Turnover margin, explosive plays, red zone offense, red zone defense. These are all really key stats. But it just shows you that your team can have 5 interceptions, but if you can stop the run, you keep yourself in every single game. And the Lions stop the run. They just have. They've done it. They did it all last year. They stopped the run. But the back end gave up a lot of plays, and so it was a lot of problems at times for the defense. Now, the Lions, you can see it here. Joe Mixon, right above my head, 25 carries. They were trying everything they could, and he didn't get over 50 yards. Less than 2 yards a carry. His longest run was 8 yards. And so when you can stop the run consistently, and I think I saw a stat midway, the Lions haven't given up a 100-yard rusher since midway through the 2022 season. You keep yourself in the game. And it shows that is a major stat in football. Because, again, we saw we just did everything wrong, and we were still able to hang in there. The defense was incredible because typically 5 turnovers, you're giving a team a short field, or you're going in to score and you don't because you turn it over. And Dan Campbell talked about it. Defense had to keep coming back out. Defense back out. Off the bench, you're just like trying to catch your breath, get some water, maybe look over some plays. Like, what do we got? And it's like turnover, back out there. And stop the run, because they go into that second half, and if they can hit a couple runs, the game's over. I mean, that's it. It's killing clock. They're getting first downs, momentum's their way. They can get across midfield. They kick one field goal, and they probably win. And instead, they can't run the ball on us. So the second part of good news is, like, after that game was over and you're like, oh my gosh, they only had Joe Mixon only had 46 yards rushing. So here's the key point to it. We stop the run, and even when we can't get pressure, we are sticky in coverage, which is just crazy. This secondary has come such a long way. I mean, you look at our worst, I use air quotes because I don't think he's that bad, but like our worst dude in the secondary is Amik Robertson. And that would have been 2 years ago. He would have been our number 1 corner. And he's just like the nickel that you throw out there. Brian Branch is just lining up on the best receiver at, not the best always, but you know what I'm saying? Like, just, all right, he'll line up with anybody in the slot. He's such a matchup problem for us defensively, because you can see it in like how many times you see the quarterback looking's got time and fires it, and you're like, oh, this is not good. And we bat it down. We're there. So this sticky man coverage, we play hard, play physical. You got the linebackers, Jack Campbell and Alex Anzalone, playing as hard as they possibly can on every single play. It's awesome to see. And so Sam Laporta's in. We stop the run. And then third, I'll give you a bonus. Zadarius Smith. I didn't know anything about this guy. That was one of my favorite things too. He's out there post game. Like, I don't know if he's supposed to be in the locker room or what he's supposed to be doing, but he's talking post game to NBC. I don't know if you saw that. Look it up. You definitely want to see it. He loves it here. You can tell he's an energy guy. Loves to just he's on the sideline. So it reminded me of this is Rasheed Wallace. It's all happening right before our eyes. Remember, 20 years ago, we trade for Rasheed Wallace. He's just like this big personality, energy boost that the Pistons needed to go all the way. Obviously different in basketball and football because you're one of 5 guys. Now he's one of 53 guys, so it's not as big of an impact, but same type of thing. Like, love it. In my mind, it's perfect. It adds up. Just absolutely perfect. Okay, Pride of Detroit put out an article. I thought it was pretty good. We'll just kind of buzz through this here real quick. It's basically stock up, stock down on from the game, and this is crazy. So Jake Bates, of course, love it. There's not much more you can say about him. Aaron Glenn, we just talked about it. He's the real deal. I mean, he is a great coach, and this is how he wants to play. We're playing like it. I love seeing it. Brian Branch, talked about him. Aleem McNeil, stock up, of course. Guy's playing so well, and we need him so bad because we just can't get the pressures that we want from the outside. We got to kind of get it up the middle, and that's the best place you can get it. But you usually don't have a guy that can get the push against a center and guards like Aleem McNeil can. Secondly, it kind of froze on me. Secondly, the other one was Carlton Davis. Man, he fits us so perfectly. Fits exactly what we're trying to do. That's what we thought he was when we got here. Man, what a great acquisition that was. The one that we're not talking about enough, and Pride of Detroit put him at stock neutral. And I'd love to know your thoughts on this, but J-Mo, I thought stock way up for this guy. It was a tough game, tough catches, and he made 3 huge catches for us. He had the one that he bobbled right out of the gates. The second one, he caught behind him cleanly, but it was not a good throw. I think it was 3rd down. And then the last one, everything's hard. And so we need everything we can get. He catches that 15-yard pass up above his head, and 2 guys just spear him in the ribs. I mean, that's big time. That was awesome. So I love seeing that. The other one, Penei Sewell played really well too. He had the one mistake that you never see, let the pass rusher in, got picked off, but Penei Sewell played really well. The last thing I'd say on this game, and we can look ahead here after this, but Jared Goff said it, and I'm 100% with him, is that those 5 interceptions, the first one was tipped, the second one was tipped, the third one was a Hail Mary. So there's 3 right there. That's like, he didn't do anything wrong, it's fine. And then the fourth one, he zings it into Laporta. Laporta's not there. Great play by the defender. And then the 5th one was probably the only one where it's like, don't love it. And that was he threw it up to J-Mo. So Goff said, I was good. I wasn't rattled or I wasn't confused on what they were doing. It was just, the interceptions were piling up, but our defense held us in the game. The next thing you know, game over. So link is in the description for this hat. Make sure you check that out if you want one of those. The other one I had was out of stock, so this is a newer one. So check this one out. It's like that corduroy thing going on. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. If you haven't subscribed and you watch us, just hit that subscribe button. Just hit it. Just hit it. I think it lights up when you hit it. It's like, okay. Let me know your thoughts, and we'll see all of you on the next one.